Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Ayodeji Anifowoshi and this is still Great Father, Great Husband channel. And today I'm coming to you specially to give you a nice treat. I'm back here with another good, delicious, yummy food to make. Many of you have been thinking of how best can I, prepare squash? What can I do with it? How can I make it so good and eat it with something? I'm going to be going through that journey today. So stay tuned while I take you through the trick of how to make a squash. Watch out. Start with your onions, your habanero and your bell pepper. Make sure you wash them very well. Wash very well. You don't know where they are taken to, so when you wash them, cut them, put them in the blender. You see the way I just blended it. You don't need it, you need it to be too smooth, but just blend so well. Then you're gonna pick the squash. You're gonna wash your squash also. I try to use the liquid, this fruit washing liquid. It's a special soap for washing fruit. So I'm gonna wash the back of the squash, which I just did. Then also I'm gonna be making this with a yam. Those of us that understand, we know yam very well. So I also like to wash the back of the yam. So especially when I see that it's very dirty, I try to wash, just make sure that everything is clean. So I wash very well. You can see me washing. Okay, so you're gonna cut the squash, into small pieces. You have some seed inside. You're gonna first cut it into small pieces. Then you take out all the things you have inside of the squash, all those seed and those little particles you have in there. They are not edible. That I know, they are not edible. You're going to carefully cut everything, and then you're going to see me now. I'm trying to take out all those things out. Those are the seed. People that plant can actually plant that again, so that they could. I'm not sure how long it's going to take you to plant squash, from the scratch. I'm not sure about that. So you're going to carefully remove all that, make it clean. Let me mention this. It's not necessarily that you use yam to eat your squash. You can also use some other things. Some people eat it with bread. Some people eat it with some other things like even rice. It's for some people it's like a soup for some people. So it depends. So you see the seed. I separate that. Then I'm going to cut the yam as well. I'm going to cut the yam into small pieces based on what I need. You can cut your yam anyhow. Like I said, you don't need necessarily to eat, but I enjoy it more when I eat it with yam. When I eat it with yam, I enjoy it more. I enjoy it with yam very more. So your habanero, the habanero you saw me blend earlier on, the habanero, the bell pepper, that's a red bell pepper, and the onions. It depends on the quantity you are making. Even the habanero you see me, because I like spice, so I use about 3 habaneros and then 2 bell pepper. Even the bell pepper is just gives some kind of flavor, and then the onions is very important. So cut your yam in pieces you want. So it depends on the quantity you want to use. But I tell you, it doesn't need to be so much. So it depends. I'm a family man. My kids love it so much, and I like to make it for them. Just watch. So I'm going to peel the back of the yam. Some people like cooking their yam, with the back, but I like to cut off the yam, cut off the back. Sorry. I just like doing it that way. So what I do is I now wash the yam, then I put the yam first in the pot. After washing, then I put the squash on it. The reason is, if I put the squash underneath, it's going to make the whole squash to really get soft, and I'm going to be struggling with the yam and the squash at the same time. So I try to put the squash at the top, because by the time the squash becomes so cooked, it will be soft. So I'm going to add my salt. I try to add at least salt to the taste. Now, how do you ensure that your salt is okay? When you add some salt, a little bit, not so much. It depends on the quantity, like I said. use a spoon. You see, I'm pouring water on the salt. I'm going to mix it now. I told her that I needed more water. I needed more water, so I'm going to mix it, and then I use a spoon to shake. I'm going to shake the salt around. Then I'm going to use a spoon to confirm if the salt is okay or if it's too much. If it's too much, I take out the water again and add more water just to make sure it's balanced. But I saw that it's balanced, so I'm going to cook. So while I'm cooking, I want to prepare a way to make my. So I use a red palm oil. You can use vegetable oil too to fry. So I'm going to fry the pepper that I made earlier on. I was telling you about the onions, habanero, and the bell pepper that I fried. So I'm going to fry them while the yam and the squash are getting prepared, because this is what I'm going to use to mix with the squash. So I'm going to leave this to get cooked for some time. I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to add some other spice too, which is my no chicken sauce. I'm going to let it boil for a while. After I let it boil for about 5 minutes, then I add salt. Add salt to it. Like I said, the quantity of what you're preparing will determine the amount of salt. And that's my Maggi. That's the no chicken I'm putting inside. So I'm going to stir. And check if it's okay. I'm going to check the taste. So, but I'm sure this should be okay. If it's not, then I'll probably just add a little bit of it. My people normally say we don't really have a quantity of salt or what we use in Africa, but we just that's another not chicken I'm putting in there. Until you hear a spirit whisper to you and say, "Oh, son, it's okay." So like I said, it depends on the quantity. If when you're blending your pepper and your habanero, your bell pepper and your Maggi, you don't need to put so much water, so that when you're frying, it's going to be a little bit thick. This is a little bit watery. I would have made a little bit. Oh, right now the squash is done. Oh, whoa! Let's see what's going to happen with that. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm taking it out one by one. I want to make sure that I take everything out. Then I'm going to remove the back of the squash. Take out the back carefully, scrape everything inside out, and I'm going to put it in another separate bowl. Watch me as I take it to its joints. So I actually had to put cold water inside the bowl where I put the squash, so that it can be a little bit. It won't be too hot for me to hold when I'm trying to, because it can be very hot. It's coming directly from fire, so I have to be careful with that. So I'm going to scrape all the squash from the back, so I can have enough of it. So I'm going to do that for everything until it's all complete. Yeah, until it's all complete. I hope you guys are enjoying this, but trust me, you're gonna enjoy this. This one my family enjoy. I'm almost done with it. You can see. So I'm gonna get something. So you're gonna, whatever you can use to mash it together. To mash it, you need to do that. I would have used something bigger than that, but I just prefer this bowl. So I'm gonna mash everything together. Some people prefer to add their pepper here, their dry pepper on this, and then from there they'll fry it together. They'll fry it like that on the fire. But I prefer to make my own in a different way, So remember, I made some pepper sauce earlier on. So I'm gonna add a little bit of palm oil again, make it to be a little bit hot. I'm going to put the, not so much, like I said, you can use your vegetable oil too. So I'm going to put the squash inside there. I'm going to put the squash inside there. I'm going to let the squash fry for some time, and then I would now eventually add the pepper sauce I prepared earlier on. That's talking about the habanero, the bell pepper, and the onions that I blended and I fried earlier on. So I'm going to let this fry for a little bit. the palm oil a little too much. I like palm oil. That's the red oil. You don't necessarily need to use the red oil. So that's from the pepper sauce I made earlier on for the squash. So I'm adding what I need into it. I'm gonna keep the remaining inside my freezer for another time. I'm gonna prepare squash. So you're gonna mix so that the spice, the pepper sauce could go around the squash very well. Look at it, it's changing color. It's looking yummy. Oh, yummy. Yes, it's looking so yummy. So you're gonna allow it to cook for some time, and you don't want to really. So it's why that I still need some salt. So I'm gonna add some salt to it. It's very important. Like I said, add salt to taste, not so much. Add salt to taste. Add salt to taste. So you're gonna stir, allow it to cook some time. Also, I'm gonna cover it just for about 2 to 5 minutes. About 5 minutes, I'm gonna allow it to cook. 5 minutes should be better, except if you perceive that it's getting burnt, which is unusual. That happen. You're gonna put the fire on medium level. Don't put it on high. Yeah, squash is done. Then we can see what to do with the squash. Yeah, this is a ready-made squash with a yam. Look at this, so yummy. You want to try this? All right. I hope you enjoyed that yummy food I just prepared. Trust me, I'm going to be doing more of that. But please press that subscription button down there. Subscribe to my channel so you could get more of this. I remain Ayode Jani Fowoshe, and this is still Great Father, Great Husband channel. Share this video with your friends. Let them understand some things that can be done with squash. Until we see next time, bye.